welcome back to my channel today. Last week when I uploaded a new video finally, I told y'all I wasn't sure, when the next video was going to go up, but that it definitely would. So here it is. And this is the update video. I wanted to share with y'all all the updates. Some of them I couldn't really share yet. I wasn't ready to talk about it for a lot of reasons. And this is going to be a fairly short video because it's just to kind of let y'all know what's going on, where we're going from here, and what to expect, okay? I want you to know I've tried to make this video 3 or 4 times. Part of it is I'm a little nervous about it, but secondly, it's just hard for me to talk about because I haven't really found the right way completely to say it. I'm trying to be super careful. Anyway, y'all, I'm a mess. Okay, so the biggest update is that I have resigned from Optavia as a client and as a coach. There are so many reasons for that. I'm gonna start with why I resigned as a client. It's no mystery, no secret that I've gained weight. I've gained all my weight, y'all. All the weight that I lost, I've gained back. It did not happen overnight. It was gradual in the beginning, but it did start happening right in the beginning. And what I mean is, as soon as I hit my goal and started any type of transition, now I'm not saying I did my transition really well, but as soon as I did anything besides the 5-in-1, I started gaining weight. So I would go back on the 5-in-1, and then, the first thing I did was gain 7 pounds. I gained 7 pounds. That kind of freaked me out, and so I went right back on the 5-in-1. Realized that's not sustainable. I can't stay on the 5-in-1 indefinitely. So I started doing kind of a 5-in-1-ish. That didn't work very well either. I ended up within the first 2 years gaining 20 pounds. I think it was 23 exactly. Started really researching what was happening with me, what's going on, found ways to, drop about 10 pounds, but I yo-yoed up and down, up and down, up and down. And y'all were with me through all that. Okay, so then life came in pretty strong, a lot of stressors, a lot of different things, menopause, all kinds of things happened in my life, and it just snowballed, you guys. So here's what I think the main issue is with doing something like Optavia to lose weight. Okay. The program is called The Habits of Health, and I love that. I always loved that because I've always known that the only way for me to keep this weight off would be to create a lifestyle around it, to be able to truly change the way I was eating and change my habits and form new habits. And so I did that with a lot of things. I was never a water drinker, you guys. Oh my gosh, I hate water. I still kind of do. But I learned to drink water. I became a water drinker, and I created habits around that, okay? And I was doing it, and I was drinking my water, and it became a habit. I didn't develop a good habit of drinking water by reading about it. I became a good water drinker by doing it. So what's my point in this? My point is the one area that I did not develop healthy habits in while I was losing weight is eating the way I was eating. I developed great habits for weight loss, but I didn't develop habits for weight maintenance. I didn't develop a habit of eating whole, nutritious food at the right calories and the right macros to maintain my weight. And I didn't have to do that because, I didn't have to learn anything, honestly, about macros to lose my weight because Optavia does all that for you. And that's wonderful for weight loss. But what usually happens, even if you're reading the book, the Habits of Health book, and you have all the knowledge of the glycemic index and what's a protein, what's a carb, how important is fiber, how important is fat, all the things. You can learn all that, you guys, but if you're not practicing it, if you're not actually doing it, it doesn't become a habit. So I think what happens for a lot of people is they revert to old habits. A lot of people will say, well, I'll just make healthy choices. I'll just make healthy choices. And a lot of people are like, well, gosh, it took me 6 months to lose this weight and boy, I am going to have a piece of cake, or I am going to have my favorite treat, or I'm going to whatever. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that when you shift like that and you go from eating 850, 1,000 calories a day and you're not eating fruit and you're not eating bread, potatoes, certainly not a piece of cake, none of that, and you make that shift, something happens in here, I think, for a lot of us. Those type foods have a real effect on our brain. They really do. They're highly palatable. I'm trying real hard right now because there are so many things I want to say to y'all, but I have to say it in the right order and I have to say it in the right way to not be confusing. And anyway, so the bottom line is, I heard a quote one time by a dietitian, and she said, don't do anything to lose weight that you don't intend to do for the rest of your life. There's a reason for that. When we talk about it's a lifestyle change, that needs to happen immediately. That needs to happen in the weight loss phase. So unless we're intending on eating in the way we're losing weight for the rest of our lives, then the chances of us gaining that weight back is very high. And that is just fact. That is just a statistic, okay? Now, you might be thinking, but Melissa, we have to eat differently to lose weight. We have to be in a caloric deficit. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But we don't have to be in a 700, 800, 1,000 calorie deficit. And we don't have to give up whole food groups to be in a calorie deficit. And we do not have to eat highly processed bioengineered food to be in a calorie deficit. There's a lot of ways to be in a calorie deficit that easily transition into maintenance, where you're eating a certain way and losing weight. And then as you increase your calories up to maintenance, your body barely notices. When I transitioned to my last 3 clients, once I realized what was happening to us in transition and how if we go too fast, we add too much too soon, we gain weight, and we gain it quickly. I transitioned them 50 calories every 2 weeks, and they did really well. The reason that you have to go slow is that when you drop your calories really low, your body experiences most of the time some form of metabolic adaptation. Just means that your metabolism is adjusting to the number of calories you're consuming. Okay. And that's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing that your body does that, but you can't take your body quickly from eating 1,000 calories a day to 2,000 calories a day or 1,800 calories a day or whatever your maintenance, level might be, because your metabolism can't catch up that quick. So that's why I resigned as a client, because I knew that I needed to do something in weight loss that I planned to do forever. Okay? All right. Why did I resign as a coach? Well, one of the main reasons is, the main reason would be, I believe for me to promote, encourage, and coach a program, I have to truly believe it's the best way to go in general, okay? And at the time when I was doing it, I really thought it was, because it was the first thing that worked in 15 years for me. I mean, I've struggled with my weight my whole adult life, but that particular weight I had been struggling with for 15 years. And so Optavia was the first thing that seemed to work for me. And it worked well for weight loss. But it really was no different for me than anything else in maintenance. There's a standing running joke about Weight Watchers people always make is, wow, I'm sure glad that they don't have a limit on how many times you can join, because you join so many times. Well, why do we rejoin Weight Watchers? Why do we pull out that old South Beach diet book? Or why do we revert back to Atkins? Or whatever the case may be. Why do we restart Optavia? As we start gaining weight back. Some of us a lot, some of us all of it. So I'm looking for the way to lose weight and not have to restart. Now, I know nothing's perfect, and I know I'm going to have to work at it, and I know I'm going to have to make choices no matter what. And if you're on a program like Optavia or Weight Watchers or any of those things, just know that when you move into phase 2, it's a whole new phase. You're not finished. So all I'm saying is if you're doing a program like that where your maintenance looks very, very different than your weight loss, go slow in this part. Go real slow, okay? So that's one of the reasons. That's the main reason. The other thing was I really want to get back to whole food eating. And I really want to encourage that with people. Our grocery store shelves are filled with processed foods, with bioengineered foods. And I'm not saying never have anything processed. That would be really that would be very hard to do, to never have anything processed. The majority of your food should be whole food, should be whole, real food, in my opinion, to get the most nutrient value from it. It's always better to get it in its natural form than its synthetic form. It's always better to get your nutrients from actual food than from powder. Then there's also the business model of the company. They're not classified as a MLM, a multi-level marketing company. I mean, that's what I've been told, and I actually never understood that, I'll be very honest. And it was the one reason I did not want to become a coach. The reason I became a coach is because I truly did believe in the program for health, for weight loss and getting healthy. And I really did want to help people do it. I was excited about it and felt very passionate about it, as y'all know, if you've watched any of my Optavia videos. But the thing that always kind of held me back in the beginning was I didn't want to be involved in a company with that type of business model. And I have my own reasons for that. I'm not saying it's bad. This is me personally, okay? And so, but I thought I can just push that part of it aside. It's okay. I can do this without, worrying about that. But for all the years I was there, I always felt like, it just didn't fit in quite. I felt very much like a round, what do they say, a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. That was me. And I had my own way of doing things. and I wanted to do things my own way. And there were things that I didn't feel comfortable doing. And what I usually was told was when I would do any kind of, pushback, it was, best practice is this, best practice is that. And I understand that. I do. I get it. I think best practice is to eat whole food. So I get that word. I get that terminology. But what I realized was what was best practice, and it was for that type of business, didn't fit with me. It didn't fit with my personality, or I felt completely out of integrity trying to do it. So that was a big reason. And that one started from the beginning. And so all these little things were just, little by little by little. But then in this last several months, Optavia has started promoting certain products and certain things that I knew I could never encourage, that I knew I could never be a part of. And at first I thought, this will just be a little side thing that they're doing, not a big deal. I don't have to worry about it. But it quickly became apparent to me that it was going to be their main focus going forward, at least for a season. And I knew I couldn't be a part of that. I thought it was best for me to resign. And there it is. Wow, I didn't really mean to go into all of that, but I did. And so there it is. So what am I doing going forward? Yes, I want to lose the weight. Yeah, obviously I do. I am a diabetic. I also have hypothyroidism. And I will be 60 years old this year. And I feel like I am in the worst health I've ever been in my life. And I do believe that I am, based on the way I feel, my low energy, the fact that I got sick this year more than any time I can ever remember in my life. I got the flu for the first time in my life. I got laryngitis. I got bronchitis. I've had these terrible allergies, which I know everybody's struggling with, but I just can't seem to feel good. And so I know a lot of it is what I eat or what I've been eating. But a lot of it is other things as well. Just, menopause makes you feel like crap. But, so what am I doing? So I'm taking a course, a nutrition course, a level 1 nutrition course through Precision Nutrition Online. And I'm doing that primarily to help myself to learn more and more and more and more about this thing we call good health. And so I'm doing that. I'm also going to start reading the book, It Starts With Food. Again, I'm going to read it again. I've read it before. That is the book that introduces and explains the Whole30. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but if you have, it's a pretty difficult protocol to follow. And it's not a weight loss protocol. It's not meant for you to lose weight. I need to lose weight. Not for vanity's sake at this point. I need to lose weight to feel better. So, really thinking about doing a Whole30 again, mostly because I've done it before. And the first time I did it, I've never felt that good in my whole life. And I weighed more than I do now. Now, I was younger, about, how long ago was it? 8 years ago. I was younger, wasn't in menopause. So I'm sure the results will vary. The results will probably be very different. But I have to believe that doing that protocol for 30 days will be a nice way to settle down the sugar cravings, to maybe get some of the inflammation in my body gone to where that I can feel better. And then going forward, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to eat food. I'm going to be in a caloric deficit. I'm going to move my body. And that's it, the very old-fashioned way. So, because that's science, you have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. So we've become, we think, too busy to eat healthy. Why do we do fast food? Why do we do boxed and packaged grocery store food? Because the food industry has convinced us that we're busy, professional, thriving families, and we just don't have time to eat healthy. So we're going to help you out. Here, eat this boxed meal. Here, eat this frozen entree. Here, eat this bag of whatever. Here, go to this drive-through. We're quick and we're delicious and we're going to addict you and you're going to come back. They've made us believe that our life is too hectic, our life is too hard, our life is too busy to eat healthy. And here's what I'm going to say to that. Or to eat whole food. They would never say to eat healthy, because that would make us go, to eat whole food. We've got the convenience for you. We've taken all the hard work out for you. If we are too busy to fix a meal and eat a healthy dinner, to choose something for breakfast that's whole food versus slamming down a prepackaged or a donut or something, we're too busy. It's kind of like that old saying, if you're too busy to pray, you're too busy. Y'all, we've got to get back to some basics here. We've got to get back. And we're actually not. It's not that hard to cook a meal. And that's going to be part of what Scott and I are going to show y'all. It's not that hard. All right. Now let's switch over to the diet industry. They basically tell you the same thing with a little caveat. Nutrition is too complicated, is what they tell us. I believed this. I actually taught this. It's too complicated. Oh, who wants to weigh and measure? Who wants to track all their macros? Who even understands what a protein or a carb is? It's too hard, too complicated. And it feels like a full-time job. I said it myself a million times. They take Optavia took the heavy lifting away for us. Who has time for all that? It feels like a full-time job, yada, yada, yada. So we're convinced by the diet industry that, first of all, it's too hard to do it on our own. It's too complicated. We'll never understand it. And who has the time for that? Busy professionals, busy professionals. Here's a great nutrition plan for busy professionals. They make us believe we're incapable. And y'all, that's the biggest lie that I believed. We are not incapable of feeding our body the way God intended us to feed our body. We're not. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Sorry, I didn't mean to go there. But those are all the things that I've been feeling. And listen, I just want to get back to basics. Just want to get back to basics. And so, going forward, that's what we're going to do. You know, if I decide to do a Whole30 again, which I'm really leaning towards, I think I might. I think my oldest daughter is going to join me. We're going to share that with you. We're going to show you what that looks like, how we're feeling. We may chronicle the way we feel, like I can start out in the beginning. And we're not going to talk about weight on the Whole30 because it's actually not a weight loss program. We can definitely chronicle how we feel. Like I have certain things, and if y'all can hear that noise, Maisie is chewing on a little bone, this little bone. It's like her pacifier. So I hope it's not too loud. But I don't want to take it away from her because it's keeping her occupied. Anyway, so we're going to show you that. Scott and I are going to show you how easy it is to actually cook a healthy meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't have to cook 3 times a day, but how easy it is to prepare healthy, whole food, nutritious meals and snacks. Okay? What else? We're going to do everything we've done before, the unboxings. I've only got a couple of boxes that I'm getting right now. I'm looking for new boxes. I don't want to focus primarily on clothing right now because for obvious reasons. But I do still get Stitch Fix. So does Scott. I do still get my Rocks box. And because no matter how much weight you gain, you can still wear jewelry. But anyway, you can still wear clothes too. But you know what I mean? I don't want to fill my closet with clothes in a size that I don't really want to stay at. So we will be doing that. I'll still be doing some shopping hauls. And my newest segment that I'm super excited about is the thrifting hauls. My daughter and I have taken that up a notch. So it started out just a love of let's go thrifting. You know, let's redecorate our home. Let's buy some more vintage. Let's do a more vintage look. And it was fun. And oh my gosh, I enjoyed it so much. But you get to a point where it's like, okay, I can't put anything else in my house. I've run out of room. But I didn't want to stop thrifting. I didn't want to stop going to the estate sales and all the other things. Oh, it's so much fun, y'all. It's like hunting for the coolest little treasures ever. I get so excited about it. So does my daughter. So guess what we did? Well, first off, she started selling at an online auction app called Whatnot. Now I joined and I'm able to be a seller on there, but I just haven't done it yet. I'm not sure if I will or not. I haven't decided, but she does. And so I'm going to put, both my daughters do. And my sister and my niece, they're all on there, I just realized. So I'm going to put all of their little channel links in the description of this video. And if y'all want to check it out, it's called Whatnot, like whatnot. We went and bought this, that, and whatnot, whatnot. Okay, so I'll do that. I might get on there. I'm on there, of course, as the Gingham Girl. I will forever be the Gingham Girl. So I'm on there for that. But guess what me and my daughter did? I'm so excited. And we're definitely going to share all this with you. We got a space in a consignment resale shop, a vintage antique consignment resale shop that we shop at. We applied for a space there and we got in. And so we're not official in there until April. So now it's just laying the groundwork. Like the other night, we drove almost 2 hours to a town called Paris, Texas, and picked up a piece of furniture. It was an adventure and I wished I had videoed it. But we're going to take you along for the ride on that. What else? We're going to keep you updated on life, our dogs, especially Boomer. He's doing okay, y'all. Still with us. Thanks be to God, he's still with us. But we will keep you updated on them, and who knows? I don't know. This is, really a lifestyle channel. We're still going to do nutrition, cooking, shopping, hauls, unboxings, this new segment with thrifting. I don't know. I hope you guys will stick around. I hope that this update video was supposed to be really short. And of course, I talk too much. And so there you go. I'll try to edit it down and maybe it won't be so long. Okay, y'all, there's my updates. I'm really looking forward to this year with you guys, with all my new adventures. I'm really looking forward to sharing them with you. I'm really happy to be back with y'all. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get to work. I'm filming this before I clock into my job. So I gotta go get to work. All right, you guys, y'all have a great, wonderful day. You be blessed. You stay safe. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.